Hello, Yasta Bricks here. Today I'm going to be bringing you my review on Lego set 70654, the Dieselnaut. This is part of the Ninjago Hunted line. It retails for $110 and it has 1,179 pieces, making it a pretty decent price to part ratio. And this thing is just massive. Like, if you look at the minifigures next to it, it is freaking huge. Maybe not as huge as it appears to be on the box, but still pretty darn big. So yeah, without further ado, let's start by looking at the minifigures. By the way, I hope you guys enjoy the new studio. I've been talking about setting it up for months and months and months, and I finally did it. And it is actually big enough to fit Hogwarts once I get that set, so I will review it. Here's a little look at it behind the scenes. Yeah, it's tall. So, yeah, I like this new studio a lot. If I can reposition my camera correctly. There we go. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at the minifigures, and I have the box right here so I can tell which minifigures are which. I did not watch the Ninjago TV show, so bear that in mind. Or I did not watch Season 8. I did watch Season 9, but that was a while ago, and I kind of forget what happens, really. And truth be told, I was kind of just watching that as something in the background while I was building, so I don't really remember the story that well. I know the basic ideas of it, though. So here's the Iron Baron, my personal favorite minifigure of the set. He uses the top hat, which is the same one as the balloon animal guy. He has this nice new face print, and he's wearing the same kind of like jawed neck piece that all the other figures have, or at least a couple of the other dragon hunters have, except it's backwards, and he has a little katana, small katana sheathed in there, which is one of the new weapon pieces. I think it looks quite nice, and then he uses one of the Shuri fists with a little clip inside of it in orange, and then a little gauge for something. I think it's a robotic arm. I think he got attacked by a dragon in the show. I think he uses the air jitsu blade to make his little staff, which looks pretty cool. Sadly, this is a sticker. It really reminds me of Master Chen's staff, to be honest, but yeah, he also has a peg leg, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for the Iron Baron. Very good figure. I don't think he's exclusive. I think he comes in the bigger set. I'm not positive about that, though. But I'm pretty sure he does. And then here is, let's see, Muzzle. He's a pretty spiffy looking figure. He's nothing too special. I think, honestly, he's the most bland out of all of them in this set. I really love this new, what would you call it? Like a little cleaver? I don't even know. Machete, that's what it's called. Why was I saying a cleaver? Yeah, it's on a little lightsaber blade and then a 1x3 pole in dark brown. Nice color to get there. So, cool weapon, and you can see the minifigure itself isn't anything too interesting compared to the rest of the Dragon Hunters. Again, he has that piece this time put on correctly, and, yeah, unfortunately, you cannot sheath this at least that well. He can kind of just walk around and be like, ooh, look at me, I'm super tall, and then falls out. But, yeah, he has nice printing on him. This new hood piece, which looks nice as well. No back printing. Here's the hood piece. That was out of frame. Yeah, looks nice. And, yeah, that's it for Muzzle. Pretty good looking figure as well. I like him a lot. And then here is, let's see, Skullbreaker. These names are kind of bland. Skullbreaker actually uses the same, hood attachment piece, and he has the same face as well. That's what I was getting at. Nothing really printed on the back. He uses the standard ninja mask instead of the specialized one that Muzzle has. Same with Heavy Metal and Iron Baron. And you can see he has a very similar weapon to Muzzle, except on the top is a little scythe, which I love this new mold. This is my favorite of the new weapon molds for this season. Definitely going to see some good Grim Reaper customs with those. And then his printing isn't anything too interesting as well. So yeah. Next up is Heavy Metal. And before we talk about this figure, I literally forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but today's video was supposed to be a fixed version of the Lego Store vlog I made a couple of months back. Jar Jar fixed it for me. Go check out his channel. But apparently you cannot export videos to Drive from Google Hangouts and then upload them to YouTube with audio. So that's the thing I learned today. So tomorrow I'm going to have to screen record it on my phone or something. But yeah, I'll fix that. You can see this guy has a little crossbow right here. And one thing that annoys me about it is it uses the chain piece. I get it. It's kind of a cool design, but like, when you're just trying to sit him, you're like, where the heck do I put this? Like, if you know what I mean, I don't know. But, anyways, he uses the same hat as Jungle Garmadon from the movie. He actually has an exclusive face print. I'll wedge this off so you can see it. He uses the same neck attachment as, Iron Baron and Muzzle. So you can see he has this little mask on, and then some printing on the back. I think this looks a little bit awkward, how, like, it's supposed to be a continuous rope, but it kind of just cuts off. And then, yet again, he has the same torso printing. All of them have the same torso printing instead of Iron Baron, and the same hip and leg printing. It's a little bit bland to me. And for the good guys, we actually get almost as many good guys as we do bad guys. And we get as many good guys as we get bad guys, if you count the Golden Dragon Master. But, yeah, you can see here's Jay. He uses this kind of new katana piece attached to a modified lightsaber hilt in brown. He also has the sickle thing, except it's on a chain, which is common for Jay, considering he was the original master of the Nunchucks of Lightning, so that's pretty cool. He does have some neck pauldrons, which bring me back to the OG Ninjago days. Black mask on him. He has kind of a black headband as well with his symbol on it. He has a more serious face, and then your classic happy Jay face, and he has some ripped up garb and stuff like that. And then here is one of my favorite figs of the set as well, Master Wu, but he's young. It says Teen Wu on the box. He has the same katana thing going on as Jay. I really don't think the torso printing or arms or legs are really interesting, but what makes this character great for me is that he has this not new hair mold. Cole used it before him, but it's dual molded in white and gold. That looks so cool. I love that. And then his face is really cool as well. He kind of has this mustache, and then on the other side he's more angry. So yeah, that's it for Teen Wu. Great figure right there. I love that. And then finally for the figures, you get Zane. He looks pretty spiffy. Again, he's probably my least favorite good guy. He doesn't have that much going on. I don't know since when Zane is like an archer, but from like 2017 onwards, he's just had a bow and arrow in every set. I don't get that, but he has kind of his angry face right here, and then on the back he just has some nice metallic robot-ish printing. Not that much going on with him. He does have a silver arm, which is a rare arm color, so that's nice to get. And Jesus, it's almost 8 minutes in. We only went through the figures. And then this kind of counts as a figure as well. You get the little golden dragon statuette. He has a helmet with this new weapon mold as well. I don't know if the helmet's a new mold. I don't think it is, but it might be. So it looks pretty similar to the old samurai helmet mold. But the neck attachment certainly is. That armor looks super nice. It's kind of like a scaled armor and it has a dragon head. And then there's also the dragon sword and the dragon shield. So yeah, he looks pretty nice. You can dress up a minifigure in this if you want to. The statue itself really isn't anything that interesting. But yeah, this thing looks so cool with all the accessories on it. And that leaves us with this thing, the Dieselnaut. So you can see just for size, it's huge. It's really big. This is my teenager hand, not even a full-grown hand, and it can't even encapsulate the front third of this set. It is absolutely massive. Way bigger than I thought it would be. It definitely seems worth it for $110 USD. It's at, like, reverse half track, because I think normally half tracks have their tracks in the back, yeah. So it's like a four-wheeler and then tracks in the front, which is very unique. Starting with the front, you actually have some shock absorption, which is really, really nice. This is actually a little slide hinge, and then once you push it to the back, there's like a rubber part that makes it push back. So, like, if you slam this into something, it probably won't break, which is, like, super cool to me. Here, let's slam it into the edge of the studio and see what happens. I just moved the entire poster board. Let's just see what happens. I'm interested. So, bam. Oops, this thing's not supposed to come off until later. Let's see if anything broke. Nope, nothing broke. Yes, that shock absorption really does work. The front kind of looks like a grounded version of Misfortune's Keep, if you know what I mean. It does have these two little spikes. It looks like kind of a mess, honestly, this entire set. And then you can see, if I reposition my camera, There's really little to none interior in there. There's one seat for one figure to sit in there. Yeah, you can't really do much in there. And then there's no control panel or anything, and there's no way for them to see where they're piloting, so that aspect of it is just a little bit unrealistic to me. Don't love that, but yeah, it's okay for what it is. And then on the front you have this little propeller part which kind of spins, but not really. And then for the tracks, you actually have the rubber inserts that they introduced for the Nexo Knights line. Those work pretty well. I think they've only appeared in like 4 sets to date, including this one. And then you have spikes kind of inside of the track, which looks nice as well. For side detailing, let's see, you get a lot of these orange slope pieces, which look nice as well. You can see kind of some tan pegs, black peg right there, gray technically, and those kind of stand out a little bit, and I don't love that. And then on the side over here, if you kind of ignore the wheels for 1 minute, these wheels, this one's actually bigger than this one. It's a little bit hard to tell, but yeah, they actually use the same tire insert size, but not the same tire size, so that's a little bit of trivia for you. You have this little crane, which is meant to pick up the Golden Dragon Master statue. You can do so very nicely if you just grab it from the right angle. And yeah, you have this little cog on the side which can make it go up, make it go down, and it has the translucent chain in orange, which that is a good use of that chain piece. I like that a lot. And yeah, so we can angle it back up. It can swivel side to side, but it cannot go up and down. You can see it kind of just bounces when you do that. And then right here you have a little ladder up, or if you want to put it like that, and you can sit a minifigure there. One thing that does bother me is that this is kind of like the sand green color while the rest is olive. So that's a little strange to me, how they have literally 2 pieces with a different green color. But yeah, you can definitely sit a minifigure there. Let's take Skullbreaker. Just pop him in there. Doesn't look like it's gonna let him with his arm. Maybe not. There we go. Yeah, he can sit there just fine. You can put the ladder on him. You don't have to if you don't want to. On the top there are these 2 little lights, which one thing that bugs me about this set is that whenever you bring back this this part to access the interior, the lights go back with it. That just annoys me for some reason. I don't know. You just have to readjust them every single damn time. And then if we flip this around right here, a little spike broke. You can see there is a little cannon. This is the more interesting of the 2 sides to me. I like shooty things. You can sit a minifigure on the side. No controls or anything again, but it works, I guess. And then you can shoot off a little spring-loaded shooter, just like so. And on the top, you have this kind of weapon. I don't know what this is. If it's a targeting system or what. If it's the thing that's supposed to be shooting out the missile, I don't really know, to be honest. And then you have right here a little ladder leading up there. That's a neat play feature. Nothing too special. It can swivel just a little bit with the minifigure on there. It limits the posability, especially if you have heavy metal because of his big hat. And then for the main center of the set, you can take these little orange parts, you can flip these out, and you can do the same on the other side. And then you have a little playable space where you can position figures. You can probably fit 4, maybe 5 guys up there. So you can put all the minifigures for the bad guys in this set in there, which looks quite nice. I like that. That's a good, solid play feature that I appreciate. And it doesn't like reveal anything or anything too special like that, but I still like it. I understand what they were trying to go for and stuff. And then on the top here, you can see there's a cell door piece with some stickered triangular tiles. And if you lift that up, you have a little bit of engine detailing. Nothing too significant going on there, but hey, it still adds to the detail of the set. If you look at it from the back, you can lower this little part on. That actually hoists on this prison cell, which you saw in the beginning. So if we hoist that down, we can actually pull out a little weapons rack, and this weapons rack can flip open. You can flip these little spikes up to give it a nice little look, and yeah, it has an extra one of those. I forget the name again. I said cleaver earlier in the video, but I don't remember what the correct name for it was. Or machete. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. Little one of those half katanas, and then one of the golden samurai top pieces to it. So yeah, that looks nice. I don't know if that was the best use of interior space, because if you look in there, you can see just how much space there is. I guess if you wanted to, you could position minifigures. Like, I say you can probably fit like 6 or 7 guys in there, honestly. Like, there is a lot of space in there. And then back here is just kind of a little platform. You can stand guys on there if you want. You don't have to, though. And then finally, for the last real play feature of the vehicle itself, you can spin this little part around, which I appreciate that this isn't like super obvious. Like, you can tell it's a mechanism, but nothing too crazy. And then for the little top, you can shoot off a missile, and then you can actually store an extra one at the top. I shot off the missile earlier, so I won't be shooting this one. And you can sit a guy back there. Again, no control panels, which is beginning to be a theme for this set. But yeah, that just about does it for the Dieselnaut. The last thing to review is this little prison cell thing, which I think it's okay. You can flip down these little sides to it, and then there's this net piece right here, which you will, if you look at it closely, you can see it's a little bit skewed to the right, my net piece. And that is a grievance I have with the set, because it comes in its own separate bag, but when I opened the bag, this thing was pretty much folded in half, and it took like a lot of me bending it around to reshape it, and it still isn't quite up to standards. So that's a little bit annoying to me. I really like these spike detailing, so they just kind of pierce into there. If you want to use your imagination, you could say like they stab the ninja if they're being bad, if you have a dark, violent child mind. And then you have 3 minifigure bases in there where you can sit or stand minifigures. I guess they could stand. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, they can definitely stand in there. You have headroom in there. So yeah, it looks nice. And like I showed you guys earlier, if you angle this down just a little bit, you can slide it in via those 2 holes right there. And yeah, when you're moving it around and stuff, it doesn't really fall off. So that's good. And yeah, that just about does it for my review on this set. Here is the box of the set. It is a pretty behemoth-sized box. I like it a lot. Shows a lot of detailing on there. And yeah, I do think this is worth $110 if you're a Ninjago fan. Even if you're not a Ninjago fan, this vehicle, you can still admit, is pretty darn cool. I like it a lot. Minifigure selection is solid. It could have been a little bit better. I don't love the Dragon Hunter minifigures. The Iron Baron is dope, don't get me wrong, but the rest of them they just kind of all blend in as one. I do not have the Jet Jack minifigure yet. I'm excited to get that one, but yeah, that just about does it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Yasta.